Spaz. It's football.
Cowboys.
You disgust me. Yeah, that.
Gotta love it.
At least our guest in the background was like laughing and cringing at the same time.
I'm sure he was.
Like, wow. I did apologize beforehand, okay? At least I could do that. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome to Quacking Off here with Ben and Spaz. It is Oklahoma State week. We've got a bunch of stuff to cover, and we have a guest tonight.
For a few minutes.
Well, to see. It's a busy time of year. It's a busy guy. He's a busy guy. So we appreciate all the time we have with him. And he's definitely probably one of our favorite guests. It's been a while. So let's just immediately, not waste any time. Welcome in the host of Locked On Ducks, as well as Locked On College Football of the Locked On Network. Everyone, please welcome in Spencer McLaughlin.
What's up, guys? Laughing and cringing is definitely the correct description.
I told him I absolutely hated after I made it, that AI thing. And he was like, oh, I love it. And I'm like, great.
Oh, man. It's all right. Good to be back on with you guys. Can either of you tell me the last time that Oregon played Oklahoma State in football?
2008.
Very good. Look at that. On top of it.
The only other time, too.
Is that the only time? I knew it was the last time. You know, interestingly enough, that was one of my earliest Oregon football memories. We had a watch party at our house with our family friends, and I remember very specifically, not just because Oregon won, and it was an awesome game to win. It was like, wow, they won the Holiday Bowl. Like, this is, back when that was a thing to say about the Oregon program and college football in general. Like, hey, won the Holiday Bowl. This is a good end of the year, because it was a good game. It was I think they were both top 20 teams in that game. Masoli trucked the safety. I think TJ Ward popped their quarterback pretty good.
Was that TJ Ward? I was like, we tried to kill their quarterback.
I think
that guy got up. He was rocked, but he came back in the game.
I know. Somehow, some way. I think it was TJ Ward. I'd have to go back and double check, but yeah, I remember that game. Our friends brought this 7-layer dip that I was just over there inhaling. I was like 11, and I just couldn't get enough of it. It was great, but yeah, it was why I had that thought the other day. Like, wow, that's the last time we played Oklahoma State in football, but. Oregon's got a Big 12 non-conference opponent this year, starting for the next 4 years, and then we just had Texas Tech. Of course, we were supposed to have 2 with them, and then we rescheduled to play the Beavs instead. But that's just where we're at right now. It's kind of odd, but it's kind of fun.
Well, and that game was Bilotti's last game too. So
yeah, it was
in your mind as like that was the end of that era.
And and I mean, I obviously remember that era, but like my crystallized strongest Oregon football memories started the following year. Like I remember Kellen Clemens is the first quarterback I remember watching, and then I remember the Holiday Bowl stuff and all that, and then the next year, the son of the family friend that was there for the Holiday Bowl was with us at our cabin. And we went over to the lodge in the bar to watch the game because we didn't have cable at the cabin because it's in the middle of nowhere. And that was the Boise State game. It was just
the LeGarrette Blood game.
Yeah, that was a heck of a way to start the greatest era of Oregon football to date at the time. So pretty wild that turned out as well as it did when it started horrifically bad.
Yeah,
and people can make fun of that game or like just barely being Boise State last year for the first time. Teams from Idaho apparently give every Northwest team fits because Washington just struggled with Idaho. So they only won by 10, wasn't it?
Washington?
Yeah.
They played Colorado State.
Oh, it was CSU, wasn't it?
Yeah, they played.
it was Washington State, I think.
Washington State played Idaho 13-10. That's what it was.
There we go. There it is.
Washington was not great against Colorado State, who's a respectable team in the Mountain West. It was, I think, a tie game at one point in the fourth quarter, and then they pulled away. But the Rams in the Mountain West are like kind of dark horse title contender in that league.
They're decent. They're always decent.
Yeah. No, the last few years, Jay Norvell's been running a really good program. So, like, they're a solid group of 5 team. They're nothing special. Washington should have beaten them by more, but yeah. Anyway, this is all about Oregon. We don't need to dive into the Washington angle.
Well,
but
I have to say, at least Jed Fish pulled it out at the end. They didn't Belichick or DeBoer it.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say Jimmy Lake it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That would have been even better. Like
that too.
That Montana game. Whew, that's all time stuff by the Grizz.
Yeah, woof. Yeah.
So, what was your takeaways on the season opener, Spencer?
I don't know how much better it could have gone. Obviously Prenon got dinged up. Don't love that. It's football. That can happen sometimes. So I think other than that, like, what else could you have wanted to see? And I talked about this on my show this week. Oregon had an explosive running play, which I believe is defined as 15 or more yards. It might be 20. It's either 15 or 20. They didn't have an explosive run play last year until game number 5 against Michigan State. And I remember the call specifically. Jason Benetti was doing it with Brock Heward, and Benetti's great. One of my favorite play-by-play announcers out there. Certainly one of the newer ones too that I really like. And when Jordan James broke free, he'd done his homework because he's really good, and he said, Jordan James finally breaks free, or something to that effect. And then on the first play of the season, Noah Whittington breaks an explosive, and I just thought to myself, where in the world was this last year? What took so long? It was 5 games. It's not like they ran it poorly. They just didn't run it that well. And then all of a sudden they came out in game 1 and looked the way they're supposed to. And it made me kind of just immediately wonder more and more, like, how the hell did Idaho come and push Oregon at Autzen last year? What was going on? This Montana State team is better than that Idaho team. They were better last year. They're probably going to be better this year. They're both good, just to be clear. Idaho's a really good program at the moment, even with a coaching change. But last year's Oregon team, way more experienced at almost every position than this year's Oregon team, and it's just clicking, and it's just better. I think you got to credit the coaching staff a lot for what we saw on Saturday. But, I mean, offense, defense, special teams, I mean, how much more dominant can it get, really?
Well, last year was the first quarter.
Last year was the O-line. The O-line really threw everything out of whack. Moving Poncho from center was a
game changer.
Disaster. Yeah, it was a disaster. Putting him right back smoothed it all right back out.
Yeah, it did. And I remember last year when they were trying to figure out whether, because remember that stemmed from the Matthew Bedford injury in fall camp, right? And that threw a wrench into things, and they were trying to figure it out. And then once the first time they did was the Oregon State game, and that first drive, they ran down the field. Gabriel had time to throw, and I think we all did a collective sigh of relief, like, okay, there's the offense that I was promised. There's the offense we saw on paper. On Saturday, it's Montana State. You can't draw widespread conclusions yet. You can still take it as a data point, but that was as good of a start as Oregon fans could have asked for in literally every facet. Made all your PATs, made the field goal, didn't have to punt, blocked 2 punts. Like that
scored
was
on all 9 possessions.
Scored on every possession. It did not get. They were good situationally. They were dominant up front. Amari Washington for Heisman. It was a great day.
Well, that's what earlier George Reister and Aaron Fincher said. They were like, "How do we grade this?" And they're like, B+ for the offense. They literally were like, I mean, they didn't do anything amazing. They did exactly what they were supposed to do. You have 254 passing yards and 253 rushing yards.
No, it was an even split. It was 253 and 253.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. I think 54 and 53. So the point is, that's 50-50. You can't do any better than that.
No, you really can't. And the other thing, too, is, look how spread out those yards were. right? I mean, passing wise, almost all Dante. Novosad had that nice completion to Kyler Casper down the field, which was fun to see. But the running backs, it was spread out. The receivers, it was spread out. Sadiq had a couple catches, but I mean, Malik Benson led the way with 6 catches for 50 some odd yards and a touchdown.
Something around that. But yeah, and we didn't really even see. I mean, DeCorey Moore outside more. He was doing jet sweeps. They were
they threw him the ball. They threw him the ball a couple times, but the next gear I think for the offense is downfield shots. And they have the receiving core to do it. And we saw like a couple glimpses, but again, when you don't need to, you don't need to. I was just talking about this on my college football show for tomorrow about the Auburn game against Baylor, not an Oregon Auburn game. Those games are terrible, and I wish they never existed. But
right.
The Auburn Baylor game, Jackson Arnold wasn't asked to really do anything except run and read RPOs. Like that was it. But that's all that was needed to win the game, which is a credit to the coaching staff. Like, don't outthink the room. Don't try to get clever to create. Don't try to showcase you can throw 40-yard bombs to DeCorey and Moore. You work on that stuff in practice. Keep it in your back pocket. Yeah. Like if other teams are going to watch that tape and think, oh, we can't play 2 high safeties. They're just going to dink and dunk us underneath all the time. Fine. Give us one-on-ones on the outside. I'll take you against DeCorey and Moore and Malik Benson and Gary Bryant. Fine. I'm good. Go for it. Like that's, obviously the chess match that happens every week. But, I think that the Oregon staff did a really good job having them ready to go for this game.
Yeah, I think after the start last year with the non-con as well, I think Dan and the staff were like,
not doing that again.
We're not doing that again. We're going to go. When I was sitting in the press box and watched Noah bust that first play like 28 yards, I was like, oh, this looks like it's a good start here. I like this.
Yeah. Shout out to Corey and Moore for clearing out his DB to allow for that to happen.
Yeah.
By the way.
No Idaho here happening.
No. I mean, we all know we recruited DeCorey and Moore to be a blocker. Like this has just been obvious. This is what we've always talked about with him, that this guy is just a menace to corners who want to try and come up and run support. Like this is why he's a 5-star.
Yeah. If you ask Dan, that's one of his big.
Got to get him blocking the right guys, though. Got to get him. Got to get him blocking. I loved that moment.
Even though it was the wrong guy.
Yeah, I mean, love the effort though. He's blocking his ass off, but he's blocking the wrong guy. This is so great, so great.
The biggest greatest thing we saw actually Saturday, one thing is the heavy rotation of all the players and seeing that many guys involved, and even the coach of Montana State was like, wow, the depth that they have over there. Because I didn't expect to see that many guys be rotated that quickly.
By the way, Theron Johnson was hurt. Theron Johnson, a probable starter in the secondary, was hurt, did not play, and that unit still looked like that. Now, the speed, Taco Dowler, I think is the guy's name.
Yes.
Gamer. No doubt about it. The rest of the receivers are probably not nearly as good as him, and he had a big day. So I think the secondary can still improve in some aspects, but overall, I thought they looked pretty darn good.
Like 80% of their yardage.
He had 107 receiving yards.
Yeah,
he's rushing. So
he's a guy. Good. Oregon will see receivers better than that guy, and quarterbacks better than Justin Lamson this year. So I think there is still, when you look at it through that lens, area for growth. But I mean, overall, man, they look big. They look fast. They didn't have really any major miscommunications that cost them in this game. And, I don't know how much of the playbook Montana State emptied once they were down, 30 to some odd to nothing or whatever it was. But I think overall, the secondary, it was fun to see those guys. Like, far be it from me to think the NCAA is some beautiful, wonderful organization, but I got to give them their flowers here for a moment. One of the best rules that they have changed in recent years is allowing guys to play in 4 games and retain a red shirt. That's a phenomenally good rule. And I think that, you saw Oregon take advantage of that. I think there were a lot of guys that either started or played on Saturday that are not going to be heavy rotation guys throughout the course of the year. And I think that's okay. And I think part of that is they want young players to have as much experience as possible. And I think sometimes it's we don't quite know who the best guys in a particular position are. Like, I was surprised that Aaron Flowers started over Kingston Lopa. I think Lopa ended the game with more snaps, so was that just, hey, Aaron, go see what you got? Or are they really trying to figure out who's the other safety alongside Dylan Thieneman? Because that's a question I had coming into this year. I don't know who it was going to be. And based on game one, we don't know. And maybe there's an element, too, of, hey, we don't want to show Oklahoma State, who they have to prepare for, guys they can potentially attack. Like, what specific individuals not named Dante Moore are you preparing for after that? Get Kenyon Sadiq, I guess?
Yeah.
That's it. That's the only guy
maybe
you can
Malik
say.
Benson?
Yeah, Benson. He did surprise me. I think he's feeling comfortable now. I think he's settled into like the offense a bit, because the spring game obviously he had that horrible drop, and I was like,
yeah, it wasn't good.
Let's see what he does. And yesterday on Saturday rather, he looked pretty good. I will say. He
did.
Credit.
No, I agree. I have talked about him in the offseason as a guy who I don't have expectations for, because when you haven't put it together at two different stops for whatever reason at the Power 4 level, I can't come into a year thinking, oh, you got to be the number one guy. If you don't go for 1,000 yards, that's a disappointing season. No, like, I think he's one option who might emerge. Maybe we look back and say this was his best, most productive game of the season. But I think overall, the receiver room has got a lot of different body types, has got a lot of depth, has got a lot of talent. So if he has a big year, awesome. That's why you bring him in, because he has that potential. If he doesn't have a big year, I don't suddenly look at the receiver room and say, gosh, that's too bad. They were needing him to be an 800-yard guy. Like, no. He could have 300 yards this year. He could have 900 yards this year. And I think Oregon's passing game can wind up being in the same spot.
Yeah, exactly.
Where was?
Let's hit one more, and then I gotta get back to work.
Okay. All right. So you probably talked about it, Spaz. I don't know if you have anything specific. I wanted to say, like, what do we know about where Hughes was? Because when Whittington started the game, I wasn't surprised, because I thought they were going to be like 1A, 1B kind of.
I was a little surprised.
But then you saw Lamar come out. I was like, where's Hughes?
Then Davison, then Harris, then De'Ara Hill, and you were like, he's RB6?
Hughes got like one carry.
Yeah.
One carry, 2 yards.
I don't think his snap count was that low. His carry count was low.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a mystery at the moment. Some people have reported that, this is just what was going on during fall camp. And this is probably the epitome, if that's the case, why Lanning doesn't give out a lot during fall camp, because he doesn't want to deal with answering these questions like Mekhi Hughes did all this at Tulane. Why isn't he, running with the ones? Why is he, a third or fourth string guy? Like, I look at it as, someone who, according to Rashad Samples and Will Stein, has a little bit of development maybe before he's up to speed to being a starting caliber back. I wasn't expecting that based on his profile at Tulane. The other thing you have to consider, though, is, did Oregon want him? I mean, at some level, obviously, because they added him. Was it more driven towards he wanted to go to Oregon because his brother's on the roster?
No, we're not talking about brother connections. We are not doing this again. We're not starting this.
I know, but I just, that thought came into my head. Is did he truly value all the playing time he had at Tulane, or did he just want to go play football with his brother at a Big Ten school, even if it meant he has to do, a running back version of what Dante Moore did, which is, I'm going to sit, I'm going to develop, and then my opportunity will arise next year. Maybe that's where they're at. Or maybe he got to camp and the staff realized he's not as far along as we thought. We're going to need to develop him a bit, teach him the playbook, get him physically up to speed. Because if he'd stayed at Tulane, guys, he'd be the starting running back on a team that's trying to reach the playoff. Tulane, I know Northwestern is Oregon's week 3 opponent, and they're not very good. It's a tough program to be at in the modern era of college football, kind of like Stanford. but that's still a Big Ten school. Tulane's operating with a lot less money. They just beat the daylights out of them. Picked off their quarterback 4 times, ran for like 200 some odd yards, and beat them 23-3. So Tulane is a legitimate G5 playoff contender. They were coming into the year. They got BYU's quarterback after that situation unfolded. They are legit. And John Summerall is a hell of a coach. Hell of a coach, man. He's really, really good. So he would be the lead running back on that team. So either the brother connection is that strong, or he thought he was going to play more than this, or a combination of the two, because he wasn't leaving some disaster program that had no hope and he wasn't seeing the field. He went for 2,700 yards in 2 seasons and over 30 touchdowns or over 25 touchdowns. Like, he was the guy. So I just think it speaks to the depth of talent that Oregon has at that position. I wonder what happens with Jay Harris this year, because we saw his potential on that big play. And for the last 2 years, I've been sitting here wondering, is this guy going to see the field? Like, why did you come to Oregon if you had no potential of actually being a good... Jay Harris could go play and be a number one back for so many... I don't know about anywhere, but he could go play for so many good programs in college football that are looking for running backs. A lot of them. At the Group of 5 ranks, at the Power 4 ranks, he could do all that. But he's at Oregon for a reason. So there's something about Oregon. Maybe it's NIL. Maybe it's just wanting to be affiliated with the Nike O. I don't know. But something's drawing these guys here that look like they are Power 4 starters at running back who are not playing because other guys are ahead of them and they're not leaving. Jay Harris, I'm pretty sure. This is Jay's 3rd year with the Ducks, right? I'm pretty sure it is. It's at least his second. I'm pretty sure it's.
I think last year was his first, wasn't it?
Was it?
Let me double.
Yeah, I'd have to double check that too. I mean, I can tell you a team that would love to have Jay Harris right now. It's called Boise State to replace.
Yeah, they're
that body type. Oh man.
Yeah, they are. They struggled. They struggled big time.
Oh yeah.
Jay Harris committed to the Ducks December 18th, 2023.
Okay. So last year was his first year, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. That's correct. But again, that's a guy who, put up some real numbers at a D2 school. Like, you telling me there isn't a Big 12 program or an ACC program or a high-level G5 that would have taken him last year? He was non-existent outside of garbage time. So, at this point, I think we just got to kind of identify the trend. But anyway, I got to hop off. Great to talk to you. Oh, and I'll leave you with a parting thought on Oklahoma State. They lost their quarterback, Haas Haney, in week 1. The talent gap should make that kind of irrelevant for Oregon. Emphasis on should, because you never know. But, yeah, the Ducks are a 28.5-point favorite for a reason. If they play like they did last week, it's going to be tougher than Montana State. There's more talent on the Oklahoma State program, but this should be another cruising win.
Yeah, and Mike Gundy's mouth is not helping them.
We're gonna get into that. We'll get into that after Spencer. Spencer
I'm talking about that on my Locked On Ducks show tomorrow. You can you can hear my thoughts on it. But anyway, I gotta run. Good to talk to you guys.
All right, Spencer.
Thanks, Spencer.
Appreciate your time. Everyone, Spencer McLaughlin of Locked On Ducks and Locked On College Football. Go check it out. They're all tagged here on the stream. Appreciate it. Everyone, I see you in the chats. James, appreciate you being here. Dragon, I've seen you too. Obviously, I just we had to get Spencer in, and now he was running a little late, and we figured he would have to rush off. He's got 2 different shows to do, and other streams, and others. He's got a bunch of stuff going on.
Yeah.
And right, yeah, this is a good point. I don't think Saturday we saw a whole lot from the team, and I think it's taking some players just longer to learn the playbook. Just like anyone, everyone has learning curves. Like, it's just normal. So it's interesting to see how it will work out. I was just so happy to see that many players rotate in. And as like Spencer said, you get that 4-game playability, and then you still keep a red shirt. And that's huge, because last year, Spaz, what did we not get last year? backups in the game.
Yeah, no.
Much at all last year.
No, our first couple of units played most of the games.
That was it.
You did not see a lot of, you didn't see Brock Thomas in any games. That's for sure.
Yeah, you didn't even see some of the real backups until like the Purdue game.
Yeah, because that was the first blowout game.
Yeah, where they were like, "Yeah, go run some plays, guys. Go do it." Other than that, all the starters were in almost all the game. So
7 tackles for loss, 3 turnovers, 3 sacks. Defense was solid all day.
1 partial block and 1 complete block punt, too, from McClellan of all
Both
people.
of them from Jeremiah McClellan.
Very nice. Yeah, I have basically zero complaints about that game. Outside the fact that you won the score prediction and you can go fuck off.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew it was pretty close to being mine because it was 48-13 and 59-14.
I wasn't even paying attention at that point. We didn't get Spencer's score prediction. Maybe I'll message him. He'll probably do it on his show this week, a score prediction. So I'll just jot that down for him in our notes. Yeah, we didn't even get a defense though, stopping literally one of the best in all of college football rushing attacks and holding Montana State to 46 rushing yards on 27 attempts.
Yeah, they could not move the ball at all against that line. Our front 7 looked really good. We'll see what happens this week. Hopefully the trend continues.
Yeah, we'll I think we'll be all right. I'm sure we will. We'll get into Oklahoma State here in a second. I did want to go over a couple of quick things though, and I was kind of hoping Spencer would be here for it, but obviously he had to go do some stuff. Hey Spaz, have you seen some interesting tweets lately?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're looking at, but okay. Can we just talk about trolling? Trolling at its finest. Well, actually, let's start here. I want to congratulate and recognize this Montana State fan.
Yeah, walking 46 miles.
Vowed to walk 1 mile for every point they lost by. And he's been updating as he goes. He's like, mile 36 eventually. So credit due to this guy for holding true to his word, apparently, and toughing it out. I don't think I would ever made that type of wager.
No.
No, that's too much for me. Sorry.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I don't know if I can flip. I think I have to. Damn. This is the only thing that sucks. I probably should just share a screen. That would probably be helpful. Let me see. Then I can flip tabs. That would probably be helpful. There we go. Share a window. And we got our favorite Aussie punter. Well, that was fun, Ducks fans. Thanks for the day off.
The day off, yeah. Although he didn't have the day off.
No, he was the holder, but
he was the holder for the first half.
So he didn't actually have to really do much, So that was just funny.
But to me, that almost signifies then that maybe he is the number 1 punter.
I don't know. He's also just kind of a troller. He's kind of funny that way,
Yeah.
So it's hard to tell, but I mean, the point is Oregon didn't punt at all. So he's like, thanks, guys. He didn't have to get hit. He didn't have to do anything. Oh, you want the worst brutal one?
Sure. Yeah, poor Billy.
This was after
Billy got bully balled.
This was after the game, and GC football was like, so when does episode 1 come out? That was so bad. I was
because I tell you, that first drive, I was like, oh, okay, Bill. All right.
I made a short about it. I made a short about it going, you know what? You guys might just be all right. And then after halftime, I was like, never mind. Hit the panic button. Never mind.
That game went downhill really fast.
The first drive was very positive. Very positive.
Sonny Dykes was not having it.
Oh, God, no. He was like, Bill Belichick? Who the hell are you? All right. That was some tweets. Do you want to get into the little beef that we got going on? The little shots fired between the coaches?
Yeah.
I don't know if it was really shots fired in a way, but it was like a very sly back and forth, little digs here and there.
Mike Gundy is like, he's sounding like Dabo last year.
I kind of understand a bit where Mike Gundy's coming from in a way. I mean, obviously him just going on about it, but then he spewed this weird bullshit about like, I mean, I don't want to say this part because this is probably maybe true. I don't think it's accurate. He said over the last 3 years, basically, Oklahoma State spent something like $7 million in NIL. Just $7 million in 3 years. And he's like, I heard Oregon's last year was like 40 plus. And I'm like, that's a lie. We already know that's a lie. But
yeah.
What are you bitching about? You guys had a billionaire too. Mr. Pickens.
Boone Pickens, yeah. What?
You had one.
Tell him to pony up the money. And
some people made some great comments about, I believe it was Mike Gundy when Boone Pickens was still, around. He died, what, a few years ago?
Yeah, I think so.
Every year for a couple years there, Mike Gundy was like, I'm restructuring, I want to raise. And taking money instead of putting the NIL. So it was like, all right, Mike, come on, man.
Yeah, then they restructured him.
Oh, yeah.
Back down.
Oh, he had to. It was like that or get the fuck out. Spencer's gone. I can swear now. It's fine. Although we did get Spencer to drop an F-bomb once, so that was cool. Yeah, and him saying about how people are paying stuff and Lanning came back and it's like, we pay to win. If you don't, I guess you're broke. Like, that's part of the game. That's not how it's been just the last year or two. It's been that way.
And now we're gonna take our Nike emblems and we're gonna put duct tape over them because we don't want to contribute.
We'll get into uniform stuff like that, but I didn't hear that one from them. But that
just came out this afternoon from Mike Gundy.
That's stupid. I haven't heard that one. I was watching.
Yes.
No, I must have just looked over that one. There was just all these back and forth little digs about money. It's like, dude, people, this is not new to college football, but I understood what some people were saying was Mike Gundy has been coaching for like quite a while, obviously. A long time. Basically what? Over 20 years. He's been at Oklahoma State, basically 20 plus years.
Yeah, something like that.
So I think some people said maybe he's on that final leg, kind of like Nick Saban was, where it's like, look, I have changed and adapted to football. Maybe I'm just at that point where I don't want to do it anymore or do it again. And maybe that's where he's kind of getting a little sour on it. Maybe. I don't know. There was also something I heard, and I didn't know this. I don't know if this is true. Don't quote me on this. Oklahoma State has never paid NIL money or invested in money into the transfer portal until this past offseason. So basically, they are like 4 years behind every other school. Basically. Except for Clemson, I guess, technically.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's true or not. I'm not going to go read their NIL stuff. But, it was just kind of stupid. It was a little back and forth between them in interviews. And it was like, come on, guys. Hopefully Dan uses this as some motivation, though. All right.
Yes.
Let's see what we got here. All right. Well, Spaz, I guess it's just straight Oklahoma State, Oregon preview. Because the lines don't lie. Oregon, as of the beginning of this show, was still minus 28.5 points. The favorite. That's a big line against another Power 4 team. Especially when it's overall has been as successful as Oklahoma State has. It's bad. Stop playing fantasy football.
No, I'm looking for some quotes.
Well, this is the, as noted, this game is actually the only second time all meeting between these two programs. The first one, as noted, was the 2008 Holiday Bowl, Mike Belotti's last game as head coach. And Oregon won it 42-31 on the backs of Jeremiah Mazzoli, LeGarrette Blount, and others. And yeah, and that was also against Mike Gundy. So this is an interesting game. This has been on the schedule for how long has this been on the schedule for? Like at least 6 years, 7 years. The home and home, 6-7 years.
Oklahoma State.
Yeah, 6, 7, 8 years, something like that. It's been on there for a while.
Yeah, it's been on there for a while.
So it's finally here, and unfortunately, this is not the Oklahoma State game, or Oklahoma State team, rather, that it was when it was scheduled. That would have been a fun team to play against. Could you imagine Oregon in 2011 or something going against Brandon Whedon? That would have been that would have been a shootout game. That would have been fun. This one, I'm not sure about. I do have my doubts. I mean, what was it? I have it right here. For instance, yes, they did lose their starting quarterback. And yes, they beat UT Martin 27-7 in the opener. UT Martin. Not University of Tennessee. UT Martin. But Spaz, do you know what the score was at 4 minutes and 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter?
20-7, 17-7.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. So they scored a touchdown basically with 4.5 minutes left in the game to get it to 27 points. So this offense is not good. They have explosive plays. They do have explosive plays, but the offense is not. It's just not the same as like Oklahoma State of old.
The best interaction that I've saw was last night's weekly presser. I don't know if you saw it. James Crepea. Dan Lanning's favorite reporter.
So Dan, I saw a tweet about it. Like, dude, Dan hates that guy. Every time he asks a question, Dan is just like, fuck me. Fuck.
So Dan and him had a little playful interaction because he was spewing off something about Dan being at Georgia 2022 when they were in the Natty against TCU. And Dan's like, I was?
I saw that. I didn't watch the clip, but I saw that kind of comment, the title of it, and I was like, oh.
And Creppy is like, oh my God. Dan's going, it's all right. It happens, man. Are you okay? You don't make a lot of mistakes. You all right over there, James? And James is just hiding his head. He's embarrassed.
He does not like. There are certain reporters, if you listen to his pressers, when certain people ask questions, you can see on his face and hear in the tone of his voice about like, this guy. Like you can just hear it. But yeah, Oklahoma State.
Oh my God! This before we go, this guy that's walking for Montana State.
Yeah, did you hit it?
I just realized this is the guy that we had on last week. That's his part. That's his travel partner.
Oh, okay.
Okay. He introduced me in the press box.
Oh, okay. I was like, that's not him, but I was like, oh, that's his buddy. Okay.
Yeah, that's his other media guy who graduated from Oregon.
Follow there because I was like, yeah, I can appreciate you saying you're going to do something and then doing it. And the fact he's updating while doing it, going, yep, here we go. It's dedication. Oklahoma State, I don't know, Spaz. Them losing their starting quarterback really kind of, I don't know. Their stats from the UT Martin game were not even like, I'm not going to say like they were bad, but they weren't great. They had 359 total. They only had 127 rushing at 3 yards per rush. UT Martin had more per rush than they did on the game. So I don't know. I think I see why this line is so big at minus 28.5, but at the same time, that's a huge number.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to fluctuate.
It's going to be.
It'll fluctuate before the end of the week, of course. It's always going to I think it'll go down. I think it'll end up somewhere around like 25.5. Maybe. Could go up, I guess, but I this game does not concern me as much as maybe I thought it would until their season last season. And then seeing this UT Martin game and knowing their starter is out. Not saying their backup quarterback's bad at all. He was 13 and 20, 136 yards. And he had some bombs. I got to watch a bunch of his playing time. He had some good throws. And he runs also. So he's like a dual threat. So it's not like he's a bad player by any means. Almost seemed like they were 50-50, kind of like he was just like 1A, 1B quarterback, you know?
Well, he didn't play until the other kid went down.
No, I know. He was still the backup, but it kind of seemed like 1A, 1B, like they were maybe neck and neck to who's the starter, who's not. And the point is, this guy came out and he still was really good, and he runs. So something you have to kind of watch out for. But outside of those type of plays, read option or broken plays, and even then, again, their rushing yards were crap. Their main rusher, Hicks, not maybe leading rusher, but their running back, Hicks, 21 carries, 56 yards.
Yeah.
21 carries, 50. Oregon will eat them alive if they try to do that again. Yeah, so I can see why the line is pretty large. I can see why.
Yes.
But still, it's still a huge number. So I'm not a betting person, so I wouldn't touch it. If anything, I'd say under. But that's just me. All right.
Go ahead. Take the under.
Take the under. Oh, the under?
I
thought you said ender.
Under.
Oh, okay. Take the under. Yeah. I
you don't like your underwear?
I'm free balling, sir. That was inappropriate for the show, but now you know. Now you know. There we go.
Quacking off.
Well, Spaz, if you want to get inappropriate and rant about something, Spaz, do you have an update on our special segment that's back for the first time this season? Ranting with Spaz. Spaz, what did you do this weekend? Explain the whole scenario this whole last weekend, please.
Where do I start?
You got up, you met Ike. That was first mistake. You let him drive you to Eugene, and then from there on.
Yeah, so one of our buddies in our other Discord decided he was willing to give me the drive, so we left the bar about 11:30. I finally went to sleep about 1:30, got up about 6, and Ike was at my place by 7, and we left and got to Eugene, got in, got our credentials, got a pair of tickets from a lady on Facebook, so I didn't have to cover any tickets for Ike, which was great. And then we went to Mashowski, had a couple of beers, chilled out for a little bit, and then I took a trip upstairs. And let me tell you, now this week I'll be a little more prepared and stuff. And now that I kind of know the layout of stuff, I'm going to maybe take a couple of pictures if it's allowed. I don't know what's allowed or not allowed, but I'll find out. So when you get up there to the press box, there's all these different, you got bathrooms down here, and then you've got all these different rooms all the way down. And you got the Oregon coaches box, the visiting coaches boxes, all that. They're all right there. And then you got media sporadically throughout. Aaron Fentress looked like he was going to punch me in my nose when I walked by him in the hallway.
Please get him on this show somehow. Please get him on this show.
I fucking hate Aaron Fentress, bro. You don't understand.
I would just love to give him so much shit about some of the takes he has.
That guy is an idiot. And I thought I was an idiot, but that guy is a stone cold idiot.
Why do you think Joey Harrington gives him so much shit all the time?
Man. So then I went down and I checked out everything, and they have the big spread. They have a full-on roast beef with big old baker potatoes that are like this freaking big, sour cream, chives, real cut up bacon, everything. And then they have
it's like a tailgate buffet.
It's a tailgate buffet, yes. And I'm just like, this is great. And then they have tons of donuts and stuff out there beforehand. It's unreal. And they have the big O cookie. Next week, I'm going to get a big O cookie and take a picture. So then I go into the book. Then I go in and I finally find my spot, and I run into our Montana State friend. He helps me figure it out, kind of runs everything by me and gives me a rundown. I go find my seat. I look over and I'm like, oh, shit. This is way up here. So, yeah, I was a little nervous with that, but turned out good. I stayed for the first half, left right after Oregon went up 31-0. I went down and pretty much left because, yeah, it was like right about halftime. We left. I had a celebration of life to get to, so I took a short show off this time. But in the end run, today I got an email. And as soon as I saw I had an email from the U of O, I was like, yep, I know what this is.
Please do explain, because I was at work and I saw this and I just was like, oh, God.
The title of the email is Cheering in the Press Box.
I like how they're very blunt with it, at least. Like, they're not sugarcoating it. They're just like, look.
This is not allowed. And it was like the first couple of the Noah Winnington first run off the gate. I was like, yes, that's a great start. And I was like, keep that up. And then like a few minutes later, there was something, I think the first touchdown, I was like, yeah. And then I was like, I looked at the people left of me and I'm like, nobody else is. I was like, oh, yeah.
I'm in the press box.
Probably supposed to be unbiased here and not. And I looked at the lady next to me and she's like, oh, it's no big deal. You're okay. It happens. I was like, yeah, I'm a little bit of I get it kind of wound sometimes.
You forgot you forgot that you weren't at home watching on your screen.
Yes.
So you were like,
I forgot I wasn't 200 feet below watching in the stands.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was great. I got scolded my first week. Not a way to start.
And officially then not reprimanded, but officially scolded then by the University of Oregon. You're on record now with them.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, who sent that too? Is it like the assistant AD or the communications or sports?
Yeah, the
director?
SID guy that
okay.
That I have communication with. The one that came and gave me credentials for next week.
Oh, okay.
Instead of me having to go to the stadium and get there, and he gave me my stuff now.
Oh, okay.
Which was cool.
That saves them time too, I'm sure.
Well, yeah, it saves me having to try to get down there early enough and get to the box.
Yeah, but it saves them time. They're like, hey, everyone's already got it. I don't got to worry about this shit. I can stay at home now. You know, I'm there. Mm-hmm. Way to go, Spaz. First game and get reprimanded from the University of Oregon. Way to go.
Shit.
Learning experiences.
Yes.
Let's see. We did tweets. I did Belichick and DeBoard. DeBoer. Why would you ever want that job after Nick Saban? Why?
Was it you I was talking with? That's probably why Dan didn't take the job.
I'm sure we've talked about this before. I don't think that's why exactly, but I bet in the back of his mind he was like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Like, hell no. Well, no one, we all said this. No one wants that job after Nick Saban.
No.
You do not. You want to be the guy that follows the guy after Nick Saban to like rebuild it again, because you don't want to be the guy that destroys it. And I have nothing against Caleb DeBoer, by the way. Outside of being a Washington coach, I have nothing against Caleb DeBoer, but yikes. Yikes. They still can't defend running quarterbacks. What the hell? Is this a curse of Alabama?
Why?
They still can't defend running quarterbacks. Mobile quarterbacks have been destroying Alabama for multiple years now. And Castellanos from BC? Come on.
Yeah, who stated during the week
they won't
he was
stop
not
him.
Afraid of Alabama.
They won't be able to stop him. And then he backed that shit up immediately.
I was like, damn, that takes some balls.
I do love the Alabama fan, the reactions, some of them, or whatever, like commentary afterwards. They're like, is that Gus Malzahn? God damn it, Gus Malzahn. Like, apparently Gus Malzahn could still coach offense.
Yeah. And they looked pretty good.
I thought Alabama actually would destroy them. I thought the first quarter and a half would be close, and I thought Alabama would run up 21 points unanswered and put it away. But
yeah,
Jesus.
I thought Clemson would easily beat LSU in Death Valley.
I was less certain on that one. I actually thought that would be a good game. I didn't think it'd be as bad as it was.
Who thought a Brian Kelly-led defense at LSU after the last 4 years he's had down there would be able to stop anybody down there in Death Valley, let alone shut him out for the entire last 2.5 quarters. They went up 10-3 with 9 minutes to go in the first half and never sniffed the end zone again.
Yeah. Oh, that's why we were talking
at
about
home.
Before we went live, I said, now we need to see other bullet points because maybe Clemson regressed. We don't know for sure what is going on because there were a couple of those games.
Kate Klubnik was going in was the third or fourth betting odd favorite for the Heisman.
Oh, he was, top 3, I think. Yeah, he was definitely top 3.
Yeah, he did not look like a Heisman candidate to me.
What about Arch Manning?
Oh, don't even get me started on Texas.
Woof. The first pass was like a 5-yard underthrow. It bounced to the receiver. I
just saw one on Twitter a few minutes ago when I was scrolling that said, if you thought Arch Manning was, if you thought he was great or whatever, didn't think he was that bad, go look at his high school tape, and it's all these underthrows and getting chased all over the field.
When we talked about this last week or a couple weeks ago or something, we talked about it where it was like, yeah, he's had a couple starts at Texas, but they were against just garbage teams like Mississippi State and a G4, a G5,
or Chattanooga or something.
Yeah, a G5 or FCS team. So it wasn't like you had massive amounts of real data. I mean, remember, Quentin Ewers was still the starter. Quentin Ewers. So
yeah,
that maybe says something. That maybe says something about, I don't know.
They're in trouble, though, if he doesn't get any better.
If that continues, yes.
But are they going to see that kind of a defense in the SEC?
I still don't know if that defense is really that great or if it's literally just they're that bad too. That's the thing. Well, we need some more bullet points coming up here.
Yeah.
Give us a couple more games and let's see how one team evolves or doesn't evolve
they got San Jose State, a juggernaut coming into Austin Saturday, so he should be okay.
All right.
Maybe he has that Heisman game.
Maybe. All right. Well, Spaz, we didn't get to ask him again, Spencer. I will watch those shows though for Spencer, and I'm sure he'll do a score prediction. If not, I'll just message him and be like, I need it for this week for our records. Spaz. Drum roll, please. that literally the weakest drum roll you have ever done. I swear to God.
No, that was a good one.
I barely heard it, so. All right. Score prediction time, Spaz, because you screwed us out of last week. I didn't think the scoring would be that easy on Montana State. And to be honest, I haven't even thought of an actual score prediction for this game yet, so this is going to like really just come off the top of my head. Would you like me to go first? Because I believe you went before me last week.
Go for it, loser.
It's 1-0. Are you? I mean, really, loser already? Okay. You know what? 27 points against UT Martin. 59 for Oregon. I am going to take this point spread and say 52-20 Oregon. I underestimated them last week, so I'm not going to completely underestimate them this week. And why? Because that defensive line is going to get the fuck after them because they can't run the goddamn ball. And our O-line,
and they're starting a true freshman.
And even if Pregnon on our O-line is out still because maybe he got dinged up a little bit and they kind of held him out, it still was fine.
Dan said Pregnon should be good to go Saturday.
Even better. Even better.
So thanks to Mike Gundy's mouth.
Oh, yeah, that's true, too. God damn.
Dion 2.0.
They play for clicks. We play for wins.
You know, and if he does do that duct tape over the logos, that's going to give Dan even more incentive.
Oh, you're right. Damn. I totally forgot about a couple of these points. You're right.
66-13 Oregon.
Wow. You know what? What might save me is that 13 for Oklahoma State. But then again, watch, it's going to be like right on the money. I'm going to be like, I hate you so much. You are right, though. You brought up good other points. Those could be some extra fighting words of motivation in that pregame speech that Dan loves to give. I mean, Ray's kind of on board with you. He's like 55-0. And like just like take off the gas at the end to be like, it's all right. It's all right. Thanks.
I mean, we scored 81 against Portland State. I don't think we'll score that much. But
no, that was Portland State. That's the most in team history.
I could see 60, 65 points. That's why I went.
Yikes. I mean, if they do, we better. I mean, granted, this last weekend, so the AP poll, we went up one spot over. Fine. Understandable. We played Montana State. Understood. You do that against even a Power 4 team, though, and like even Oklahoma State. You put up like that type of number, you're probably going to jump a little bit. At least another spot.
Yeah.
If no one else loses, because now everyone else is on their cupcake games.
Oh, and you know who's ahead of us? The one spot. The Fighting Mario.
Oh yeah. Well, they had an okay win. They almost pissed it away at the end.
He tried to pull a Fighting Mario.
Yeah, it was like they almost pissed it away kind of at the end there, but I mean that's still a good win. That's a good win. Now let's see what happens when he gets into the ACC though. It's coming. You know it's coming. All right. So score predictions wrapped for the week. Spaz, is there any other talking point real quick you wanted to go over?
No.
Wow. Wow.
I think we're good.
That was positive. I guess the only other update is we will be launching Twitter here soon. I will get working on that tomorrow and getting the Twitter channel made for us, or whatever you want to call it. X, Twitter, whatever. I will work on getting that done. That way we can start.
Always Twitter.
Yeah, I know. I always say X/Twitter, Twitter/X. I'm just like, I have to like double make sure everyone's aware, just in case. I'll get that taken care of. Spaz, you are on TikTok duty.
TikTok duty.
TikTok duty.
All right.
There you go. Use the official email.
Some TikTok shorts.
There you go. Use the official email. And yeah.
That means you got to make another TikTok.
Yeah. That means you're going to have 2 accounts.
Okay.
Yeah. I have 4 YouTube accounts logged into all at once.
I have 3.
Yeah. I just flip back and forth. It's fine. Other than that, I'm looking forward to some great football this weekend. Football season is back, full swing, and I'm loving it.
Yeah, and of course I'll miss it because next week I'll be able to watch football at home.
Well, yeah. You need to watch the Oregon game next week. Next week, because the Northwestern's trash. They're a dumpster fire. Like, that game actually kind of made me a little bit nervous until Tulane absolutely murdered them.
Yeah.
Then I felt a lot better about that game. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Well then, I guess, other than that, until the post game, right? This Saturday?
Yeah, and I probably won't be there because I'm probably going to be covering the media post game. But what I will do is, if I can, I will find out. And what I may end up doing is, you may end up doing the post game show. And if I can come on for a few minutes or whatever while I'm walking there or whatever, great. Maybe I'll get lucky and get a quick interview on the field with one of the players or something post game. And then afterwards in the media room, maybe I'll be able to stream the press conference on our show.
I would say what I would recommend, we'll talk about this more too. We can talk about it. I would recommend, if you're doing an interview, like with a player, some questions, just record it. Same with the post-game brief, record it, and then we'll just upload it as a video. That way it's clear, there's no lag. We can avoid that. Make it as nice as possible. Personally.
Yeah, we'll have to see I don't know what their rules are for post-game.
It's trial and error. We're winging this. You're figuring out what you can and can't do, and we're gonna figure out the Wi-Fi situation there and signal.
Hey, as long as I'm on the Oregon media Wi-Fi, it works just fine.
Ah, well, good. Well, video streaming though is different, so we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, there'll be trial and error, but yeah, if we can do it, let's do it.
Yeah.
So we'll see, or you can just go live by yourself. Whatever. I can help you set it up.
Maybe I just pop in the stream as you're midway through.
Yeah, I can help you set it up. But yeah, so we will be here. The game this weekend is, I believe is it 12:30?
It's 12:30 West Coast. Yes.
Yeah, 12:30 Pacific. So that means we will be here
live on CBS with Gary Danielson.
Oh God, I heard that and I was like, no, not Gary Daniels, please. He's fine, but I was like, really? All right. Whatever.
Gary Danielson and Brad Nessler.
I was like, fine, whatever, dude. Fine. Just deal with it. But yeah, so we will be here. Then I guess it will be 3:30, 3:45-ish p.m. Pacific time on Saturday following the game for the live post game. It'll be fun. As long as Spaz loses the score prediction. That will warm my heart. All right. Well, then, everyone, thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in. If you're watching this later, appreciate it. Also, hit that like, hit that subscribe as we continue to work on building this season. And shout out and go check out Spencer on Locked On Ducks and Locked On College Football. Damn right. Busy man and doing all of his other streams. So appreciate it. Of course, James is still here, creeping in the background. And yes, James, you're correct. If someone has something else, leave it in the comment section below. I will be responding, or Spaz will, depending on if he wants to yell at you. So we will see what happens there. Appreciate everyone being here. We'll see you guys on Saturday or the post game. Once again, thanks to Spencer McLaughlin for taking some time tonight on his busy schedule. And until next week, or the post game rather, Spaz, go Ducks.
Go Ducks.
Quack.
And as always.